Hey guys, how you doing today? It's me, Kelly. So today I am going to show something very inexpensive. A lot of you have been writing me about giving Christmas gifts and what to do. Like you want to give art and you want to give handmade, but you're nervous or you don't know what to do. You don't have the money to get all the supplies and all that kind of thing. So I thought I'd show you something that I used to do quite a bit in my videos, and I'm going to start doing again because a lot of you are new to mixed media and painting and whatnot, and I hate that you guys get discouraged and do not want to do it uh, with the understanding that you have to spend a lot of money when you don't. Okay, so let me just tell you something. One of my things, and I've talked about it probably a million times on here, is I am obsessed. I save bubble wrap and I save cardboard. And when I say I save cardboard, I'm talking from cereal boxes to this is cardboard packaging, and that's what we're going to use today. But I save everything. And sometimes I know my husband sneaks in here and grabs handfuls and throws it away. That's how much I have because it annoys him. Because every time we get like we have Amazon Prime or whatever, and when I get something in the mail or he gets something, he knows I'm eyeing those boxes up, and he's always trying to get him. He's like, "Oh no, do you need any more?" So again, you can use recycled cardboard. Think of your cracker boxes, your cereal boxes, any type of thing like that. Think about when you go to the grocery store, your paper bags that you can get. A lot of us use paper bags now because the plastic isn't recyclable, blah blah blah. So I mean, really look and think outside your normal canvas and watercolor paper. Those are fantastic to use as well. But if you're just starting out and you want to give gifts, this is a suggestion. Okay, so I got this in a package. It's kind of, I don't know if that's corrugated or whatever it's called, but all I did was take some gesso. Now you can use gesso, you can use uh white paint, whatever you have. If you don't have anything and you want to just paint on it, by all means. If you have, let me just show you. If you have some scrapbook paper, right, and you have a piece of cardboard and you don't have maybe all the colors yet or whatever, take a piece of your scrapbook paper, put it on here and glue it on. Use your white school glue, very cheap, and then, just cut it and then you have a background. So there are so many different ways that you can do this. Okay, so one of my easiest things that I talk about in a lot of videos to do are hearts. I think that when you're starting out in mixed media and you want to make a card or a small painting or whatever, a lot of people aren't keen on the idea of drawing faces. Now, I love drawing faces. I love drawing them a million different ways. This is one that I did. I have a video on. Very, very simple, very easy. It's a face. I can scan this in my computer and make this smaller. I could use it in different applications, but we're going to not do a face today. We're going to do a heart. So what I'm going to do is, now remember, I gessoed this. Do you have to? No. Glue your paper on. Use, I've showed this before, books. I get them free at the library when they're throwing them away, or for $1 at the dollar store, or books that you've read that you're not digging on, whatever. Ask friends to save them, flea markets. You get the idea. So you could glue on a piece of that paper book text as well, or magazine or whatever, and you have that as your base. Now, I'm going to do a heart, but what I like to do is I'm going to do some background first. So I'm just going to take I go light to dark usually. So I'm going to take some light blue. And this is just, I'm just going to do some squirts because he doesn't have squirts once in a while. This is just Dina Wakley heavy body acrylic paint in turquoise. By all means, use whatever colors that you want. And I'm going to take my paintbrush. If you do not have a paintbrush, go to your dollar store and get, you can get big paintbrushes that they sell, for you to paint with. You can get sponge brushes. Use your fingers. Use whatever you have. Don't get discouraged, okay? That's all I'm going to say to you. And all I'm going to do is I'm just going to, and you can see, I put the gesso down, and I took a brush, and I went like this, all over it. And I left it dry. And when it dried, it left texture. So I'll show you that in a second. But I'm just not worrying about getting it all. We know that we're going to be working in the middle with a heart. So this is just going to be a very, very simple simple, simple painting. Okay, so can you see the texture in there? I don't know how well you can see it, but there's texture. And I'm not going to worry about this right here too much. You can see it's white, you know, that it didn't cover too much. But I'm not going to worry about that because the heart's going to go there and the red will cover it. Okay, so now I'm going to take some darker blue. And I'm just going to, and you can let this dry if you want. I'm not going to worry too much about it, but you definitely can let it dry and then put the darker blue on it. And what I'm going to do is just run it on the outsides right now. And I want it to kind of blend. I'm not worrying if it blends too much and you don't have much of the dark blue. You just kind of want to blend it. And then what I like to do is I like to get a piece of paper towel or whatever. And you can see no even there. I'm not worrying about evenness. I'm going to take a paper towel and I'm just going to kind of, it's a little damp. And I'm going to like blend it here and just give it like you're doing foundation on your face. Or you're just blending it a little bit so that harsh line isn't so harsh anymore. Okay. And if you want it darker, by all means, put more on there. All right. And I'm just kind of, all right. Now you can see, no, I held that a little, but that'll go back up for you. And if you get your fingerprints in it, you just wipe it. Don't beat yourselves up and don't get very upset because it's all fixable and it's just, it's beautiful. Okay. Okay. So you can see we have that. Now what I'm going to do is use my heat gun and dry it. Now, if you don't have a heat gun, I tell you guys all the time, use your hair dryer. If you don't have a hair dryer, go to the thrift store. They always have hair dryers at my thrift store for a couple bucks. You definitely, you know, can use that. Or just leave it sit for a few minutes and it'll dry on its own. A heat gun is essentially used for embossing. And that's why you need it so, you know, so hot so it can melt that embossing powder. Okay, so let me show you this. Okay, so you can see, and look how that looks, how it blends. Do you see what I'm saying? How it just kind of blends into each other and it's not, the blue, the dark blue isn't such a harsh line. It just kind of does its thing. Now, I like marbling. So I'm going to do this. I don't know if my light, I have so much sun coming in this. I mean, like sun's a bad thing. It's not a bad thing, but. All right, I'm going to take a thin brush like that. And I'm going to take some white. And I'm going to shank it out. All right. And then I'm just going to lay a little ploop. Come on, ploop. Just a little ploop. See the ploop? Right there's the ploop. And I'm going to take some water and I'm going to mix it. And a little bit more water. And I'm going to roll my brush in there. And I'll give you an alternative if you don't have a brush. But you see, we kind of want to point. And I'm going to hold it down here. And I just want to lightly drag it. And the lighter you drag it, the thinner the lines. And that's kind of what you want. But if you get it thick, don't worry about it. Just keep pulling through. And this is just going to add another texture. And again, go back in, roll it, and drag it. And now you can see I'm kind of making them go that way. Move it around. Whether this can be paper, this does not have to be cardboard, right? So you can see I'm just kind of, I just want these kind of all through, just some designs. Doesn't have to be fancy. I take it and I'll twirl my fingers too, like as it goes. Very lightly. Okay. Then take some more of your paper towel. You can dab it on there to lift up any if you want. Helps it dry fast too. And I'm okay with that. I like that white going through. Now, I might put the red heart on and later say, you know what, it's too much white. I'm going to put a little bit more blue on there. So it all depends on what you want. What you really, really want. Now, I'm going to take some red. Now, here's where people get afraid. A lot of you, I guess I did a video the other day that frightened some people. I guess I went straight on with color without drawing first. I can't recall what video. I just know there was a couple people who were like, I didn't sketch out what I was going to draw. And they asked me, you know, how do you do that and not be afraid? So I'm just going to sketch it out and we'll start that way. Decide. See, I really dig this right here. So I kind of want that to still be my corner. All right. So I'm going to take this and what am I going to take? What am I going to use? I know I want to use my Stabilo, but I don't think I'm going to. Because I know a lot of you do not have Stabilos, and, you know, I want you guys to be able to do it. So, okay, so I'm just going to use my regular pencil. Now, I know that I'm going to have the bottom of my heart right here. And I'm just going in with my pencil, whatever kind of pencil you have. So I'm going to put my V right there. Okay. And I want some of this blue to still come out, the lighter blue. So I'm going to kind of judge and make that the V up here. All right, so you see we have two V's. And then I'm going to just make this as if we're doing a heart. We all learned hearts in school. See that? And like that. Very simple. Now, you can just paint right on there. You can make it bigger. You can make it smaller. This is your guideline. So now I'm going to take a paintbrush. I'm going to take some red paint. Now make sure everything's dry on here. And I'm going to go in and I'm going to trace or go around. And you can gesso first if you want underneath here. I'm not going to. This is Dylusions paint and most paint, because this is so light, it'll cover it. Just make sure it's dry. Now, here's where you get to decide. Do you want this to be, do you want some of that background to show through? See, watch when I do it, the texture that comes. Let me see. See how it has texture? You might want that little grungy of a look, but you don't have to. I go in, and if you have texture like this, all you want to do is kind of smush your brush in. That's why none of my brushes are really good, because I really work the crap out of them. I smush and I do my thing. Again, does not have to be spot on. Now you can see I covered the pencil marks. And you can play, you can make it a little more pointy down here. You can make it have a curve. You can do whatever you want. Okay. So I'm going to leave that like that. Oh, let me draw it real quick. I do encourage when you're doing something like this, unless you're playing in your art journal, which is so much fun and it doesn't matter, make sure you try to dry things in between. Whether that's leaving it sit for 5-10 minutes or taking your hair dryer to it or your heat gun, because you won't mix the colors. You can see how pretty it is with the different color of the blues. You've got the red, that blue comes through, and then the darker blue and the white on top. It just gives it a little bit, I don't know, a little bit more depth. And you know, I'm all about the depth. About the depth, about the depth. Oh my God, try saying depth 3 times. Depth, depth, depth. I don't even know what to say about that. Okay. Again, I'm not going to spend 6 hours drawing it. You get the, now I can see down here, I got a little splotch. I can go back and fix that with my brush and all. I'm not going to worry about it right now. Now, one of the things, like I said, this makes it, I hate when people say perfection, because you know, I think perfection, if I want this in perfection, I'll go to the store and buy a painting that's there. You know what I mean? Where they edit and do all that kind of stuff. Me, I want stuff. If somebody gives me something homemade, I love knowing that they took the time to do it. So that's just my thought. Now you can go over the red again and make it darker or whatever, but you can see. And you can fix that down there. I mean, you can do whatever you want. I like to take some black. I don't know. Let me see. That's not what I want. Let me see if I can find. I like tracing it in black, but I like smearing it. So a watercolor pencil or marker would be good. It just adds a little bit of depth to it. Can you see like right there? So I like doing that. You don't have to. That's just how I like doing it. If you have a Q-tip, you can use that if you don't want to use your finger. I know some of you guys get funny about using your fingers, but you see how that kind of gives it a nice smushy look? A little outlined. And I tap it, or I'll put a little bit of water and just smear it out. So you want to make sure your red's dry, or whatever color you want. You don't want to do your heart red, do it pink, do it green, whatever color you want. Okay. And you see how that just makes it pop a little bit more? And if it smudges a little bit too much and you want it, you don't want it as smudgy, then take it and, paint a light blue on it. You know the colors. We've only used really 3 colors, so that's not too bad. Now, if you want to do like a little highlight or something, take some white paint, or take your, maybe you have a white marker. Make sure you rinse your brush so there's nothing on it. Take a little bit of white, just a little ploop, and have the, like the highlight kind of go like that. See how that makes a little bit of a difference? And then have it run down there a little bit. Nothing too major. Just leave that, leave that dry. Now, think of maybe there's a special quote that you like that you can write around here. Or maybe there is a special word. Maybe faith is a word for you. Maybe believe. Maybe love. Do you understand what I'm saying? So you can go then, once you're done and it's dry, think of what you want to write. I like breathe. For me, lately, the word breathe is so important to me because I need to remember to breathe. I got a lot going on in my life right now, and things are a bit of a cluster. So for me, I just have to keep reminding myself to breathe. So maybe what I would write, if this is me or for me, I would, and look, let me find my thing. What did I do with my thing? I have a ruler, but I'm not going to be able to find it. I just don't want to mess that up. But what I would do is I would put this like this. So it's even. Anything, a ruler, a piece of paper, whatever. And I will write the word breathe. I'm going to put this over here because I'll forget what I did with it. And I'll let everything dry, and then I'd go back and I would, add maybe some squigglies. See what I'm saying? Let's see. and you can definitely play with it. But that, to me, I love it. Breathe. Very simple. Again, write whatever you want. I know a lot of you are religious, and there's a lot of Bible quotes and verses and that kind of stuff that you guys like. You have plenty of room. There's, I'm a quote freak. There's songs that we all like, all that kind of thing. So definitely you can do something like that. So very, very simple. It would take you hardly no time to do. All it is on a piece of cardboard. Think about what you have in your cabinets. You don't have to use the side. Now, here's what I would do to finish it. I would probably just take a piece of scrapbook paper and glue it on the back, or I would just throw a coat of white or black on the back. And then, I might take some of the darker blue and just kind of run it down these. If I was on camera, then you could see what the heck I was doing. I would run it down here. I'd put, you know what I mean? But honestly, if somebody gave me this, I would be so thrilled, so happy. It's gorgeous. It's just this little teeny thing that took you 10 minutes to do, and hardly anything needed, and you could recycle so much in your home and give it to somebody who would not love to get something like this. Just something very lovely. So I'm done. I'm done. But I hope you guys like this. I get asked a lot about starting a mixed media and spending too much money and all that kind of stuff. So I want to show you guys. I have cardboard everywhere, and like I said, what a nice little way to do something so simplistic and very, very easy. So if you guys do something like this, let me know. Tag me on Facebook, tag me on Google, tag me on Twitter. Tag me everywhere. Email it to me, and or on Facebook. And something else that's very exciting is my All Things Creative group is now back to being public, in the sense that you could search for it, and if you want to join it, all you have to do is find All Things Creative and ask to join, and then I can put you guys in. So I'm very, very excited. So let me know what you guys think of this. Let me know if you guys want to see more like this, just little teeny, little teeny little pieces of art that you can make for someone in your life that you want to, or even for yourself, just to make yourself remember, you know what, I need to breathe. So as always, be kind to each other. You never know what battle somebody else is fighting. You guys are the best. I love you guys so very much, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye, guys.